Thank you, Matt. I wasn't aware that PyTorch Day is such an international event, so let me try to deliver the talk in English. Yeah. So thanks for the invite. I hope my talk today is going to help you better understand the whole Hugging Face ecosystem, what Hugging Face Hub is and what it does. Okay, so Hugging Face Hub. What is Hugging Face Hub? I think let's do a live quiz now. Has anyone heard about Hugging Face Hub? If you have heard about Hugging Face Hub, try to raise your hand. Okay, we have half of the audience already heard about Hugging Face Hub. In general, Hugging Face Hub is a open source AI community. You can think of it as the GitHub for AI. And it has a lot of great open source models and datasets. And after so many years of development, it has go beyond that. It's not just the models and datasets. It also has spaces where you can easily try out models without actually downloading the whole weights. Also, we have the kernels. I think there's a lot of collaboration we could have with FlagGem. We also have a gateway for API providers where you can integrate your serverless API service into Hugging Face. We also have a lot of communication and social network features on Hugging Face. And lastly, we have exposed a lot of metrics about open source models and datasets where you can have a lot of insights into the current open source ecosystem. So the Model Hub is the key feature of Hugging Face. So we provide a free service to everyone who wants to upload models and datasets. So for now, we already accumulate 1.7 million public models, and it's more than 10x growth since I joined 3 years ago. So we provide a lot of easy features for you to filter and find out the models you want. For example, you can use the filters on the left to find what are the most trending PyTorch models in the past 30 days, for example. And you can also filter by tasks, for example, I want large language model, etc. We maintain a page of trending models. And here is a selection of recent trending models that I feel very interesting. We have Kun, DeepSeek, and Red Note, Xiaohongshu yesterday released dots.lm1. Google has Jima, Meta, Llama, Mistral. And I want to call out for OpenSeek from BAI because it is a model in the traditional science of open source, because you have access to all the training code, you have access to the data set, you can even participate in the program if you want. It's a pure open models. And the Nail from Map is another instance of pure open source models. Another type of models that is very trendy now, it's called any-to-any. It's basically a multimodal understanding and generation model, meaning that the model can not only see images, audios, videos, it can also generate some type of multimodal data. The Bagel model from ByteDance is really popular. It's able to generate a bunch of images, etc. Janus is another example from DeepSeek. Meta is very very interesting because it's not based on the traditional transformer architecture. It's based on a diffusion, but it's also an any-to-any model. Kun Omi is able to generate audio, HiDream E1 is able to do image editing. And there's one model that is coming up, which is going to be a big release, Flex Connect. It's said to be having comparable performance as ChatGPT 4.0. So there's also a bunch of 3D generation model, the whole area is booming up. Treaties from Microsoft and Hunyuan 3D is also very trendy. So video generation model is also developing super fast. We have one from Alibaba, Hunyuan Video from Tencent. Maggie is very interesting because it's using the auto regression to generate videos instead of using the diffusion models. A new type of model is called word model, where you can interact real time with the model, and the model is going to give you the real time videos, and you can also play it as a game. So like OSIS or Microsoft Mind World and Skyworks and Matrix Game are good examples if you want to give it a try. Okay, so for each model, we provide like a model page. So on the model page, you can find out on the left, which is the model card. You can read through the model card written by the author to understand what the model does and how to use the model. Typically, it will include a code snippet where you can just copy and paste to run the model. On the right, you can see a lot of like structured data. For example, the number of accumulated like download in the past month, what has the model size, what's the model type, and also very interestingly, the model like hierarchy, like the whole model family, like what are the models derived from this model, and what are the adapters like LoRa, etc., quantization models related to this one. And there's a commonly asked question. So a lot of people were trying to upload the model to Hugging Face, but they are not using diffusers nor transformers. They are creating their own framework. And they realize that the number of download is always 0. Like that's actually a known feature. It's actually not a bug. It's a feature because the number of download is like the way we track the number of download is based on the library. So if your library is not registered in Hugging Face, we can help you so that you can have a realistic download tracking. So apart from models, we also provide the same level of service for datasets. Like a very important feature of that is we provide support for gated repo. So if your dataset is not pure public, like it's semi-public, meaning that user would have to acquire your permission before they can have access to your dataset, then you can use gated repo. User will like provide a bunch of information and you can make decisions if they can have access to the dataset. We also provide dataset visualization, like you can see all the entries and their labels before actually downloading them. So you can inspect some of the data. And if this visualization is not enough, you can use DuckDB to do SQL query on the dataset before you download them. And you can do a pretty good like visualization and have insights from the dataset. We also provide a very powerful programming interface. You can see the screenshot on the bottom left. So you can just give it the dataset name, and the library provides you a unified interface to download the model and streaming the data from the server back to you. Okay, so apart from models and datasets, like space is a very interesting part. Like one challenge is for a lot of users to try out SOTA models is that like they do not have the GPU to run the models. They do not want to wait for a couple of like days before the model is downloaded. So what we recommend is that when a researcher wants to release a model, you can just create a Hugging Face space that is running inside the browser. So your user can just go to that web page and feed in the input required to the model, and user can already have a feeling of what the model does and if the model is doing what you want. You can build the demos on top of Gradio, but also like on other application frameworks such as Streamline. You can even build it on a static web page if you are using like JavaScript. So we provide a free grant of H200 if you are trying to build models via zero GPU. So what is zero GPU? Zero GPU is a way that we give on-spot GPU instance for every users. So like when the space is standby, it doesn't have GPU attached to it. But then if your user come to your space and trying to use the GPU, you are like the GPU is attached to the instance, and then user will be able to use it for maximum 5 minutes for every 4 hours. And if the user has subscribed the pro account, they have more quota. And a lot of these spaces is compatible with MCP, so you can just call them from your large language models. So Kernel Hub is a new feature we have been like piloting recently. So the goal is that we can learn from what we have offered for models, datasets, and we want to provide the same experience for kernels. like because loading kernels is very hard, developing kernels is also very hard. Like you have to think about what are the, like how you can handle the .so, how you want to make it compatible with different versions of Python, different versions of CUDA. So what we propose is that you can upload the compiled kernels to Hugging Face for all environments. Then users would just need to dynamically call get kernel with the kernel name to pull the kernel from Hugging Face, and you can just like immediately use it like right here. So we also provide a bunch of kernel discovery features. So if you are developing kernel, you can upload it to Hugging Face, add a bunch of tags so that user can easily find these kernels. So a new feature we have been working on is called like API provider hub, like inference provider. So before that, like we provide like a playground for models. Like if you go to a model page on the right, you have a playground. You can like just like feed in a bunch of input and try out the models. And now we open that capability to third-party providers. And as long as you provide serverless inference of open source models, you can be added. Like for example, this one, it's a Flux model, and we have like a bunch of inference provider like Replicate, Nebulous, like and together. So Hugging Face Hub also has a bunch of like social network features. So you can post community articles, like you can write like Twitter-like posts. And what more importantly, Hugging Face provide daily papers where you can find the latest progress of the whole industry. So if you find one article is interesting, you can use the discussion panel inside the daily papers to communicate with the author and ask questions, for example. Okay, so Hugging Face has a bunch of data sets and models. It has a bunch of like users. So this kind of metrics, this kind of data is really valuable if you want to dig and have some insights about the whole open source ecosystems. So we provide like a bunch of UI features where you can filter out models based on like frameworks, based on like tasks, etc. We convert all that features, like everything you can get from UI, you can get it from API. And we provide an API playground to help you understand like how to use the API. And it's really powerful. And what's even more powerful is that if you are not just interested in what's happening right now, you want to know what's happening in the past. For example, you want to say, okay, like let's compare the AI ecosystem a year ago with like what we have now and what are the like the fastest growing models, etc. You can actually get all the historical data from this repo called Hub Stats, and it's refreshed every hour, and you have a snapshot of hourly snapshot, and you can use that to analyze what's happening in the open source world. So I will give you some examples. This is some visualization we did in the end of last year. So this is like a very simple visualization of to answer the question, which license should I pick? Like what are the most popular licenses? And apparently Apache 2 and MIT license are the most popular ones. This is another visualization using all the metrics to show in the past year, in 2024, what are the most downloaded models? And like Qwen 2.5, like the small one is particularly like popular, and like Llama and Stable Diffusions as well. Okay, so that's all for my talk. If you are interested in Hugging Face, you have questions on Hugging Face, or if you have models you want to upload to Hugging Face, feel free to contact me, and I'm happy to help. That's my WeChat. Thank you.